What is up, legends? We're back in Black Clover M. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk a bit about how to start strong in the game, and we're going to do some summons. So obviously, I haven't summoned anything since the last time I showed you guys earlier in the day, and here we are again. We're at 5,000 currency, basically saved up. And we have about 19 tickets as well. So this game has an interesting gaming loop, but before we get into this video is sponsored by Bluestacks, and I actually did a little bit of re-rolling. I have two accounts which basically have Yami, and I want to see what happens with this account. And if it goes really bad, then I'm probably going to go to the other ones, but probably not. I've done like a whole day of work on this, so I don't know. I'm just gonna have the other two accounts as leeway. So if you want to support the channel or show Bluestacks that you you like the emulator, you can click the link in the description and download the game and come in here and play with us and have a little bit of fun. So the gaming loop of this game, obviously this is a how to start strong, is pretty much dealing with, first of all, getting into a guild. And there's a reason for that I'm saying. And you're gonna be like, well, why is that first? Not necessarily first, but it's important. Because one of the reasons why it's important is right here, is these things right here. But most importantly, this right here, the weekly purses of stamina, because stamina is going to be limited. And you notice my gold is not that great right now. Gold is the biggest strain in this game, more so than stamina, because almost every single thing that you do besides leveling your characters, can you like load? Thank you. Costs gold. When you limit break, hell, limit breaking in this game is expensive as F.
The battlefield is my part.
Let's go to Matter of fact,
Can't lose. Not to him.
Enhancing, I'm sorry. 100K, dog. I can't even do this twice, even though I could, I could enhance, I'm sorry, him up twice. I can't do it because I ain't rich enough for that. I'm poor. So, like, it costs a lot. And I did that with Asta because he's one of the easiest characters in the game to actually do that, and you can use him as a carry basically for free, along with Charlotte, because you get Charlotte for free. You see, Charlotte is already a UR right now for me, and it just costs a lot. And both of these characters alone, before you summon anything else, they can do all the content that we currently have in the game right now. Just those two characters. So if you're going crazy thinking something like meta, you don't have to do anything. You literally can just use those two characters and insert whoever the hell you want in third and fourth slot and go all the way to the current in-game meta. I did it in SEA in front of you guys. The video is up on the channel. I'm going to do it again, basically depending on what happens. The only alteration out of that is if I get Yami. If I get Yami, then I'm going to have to change and worry about swapping Asta out maybe for Mars. That's about the only difference, but I'm still going to be able to do that. And this is all free to play right now. Basically, like I might be at the end of all the content tomorrow. I know that's crazy. It's only been out 2 days, but if you know the crit path and you know just to just not fall for the nonsense, you can just like go right to the end really fast, really quick. So let's help you guys get there. Now we're at the end of day one, and you see most everybody is at 60 right now. And essentially, yes, I know game. I know you're about to do that to me. I got about probably 20-30 minutes. As you can see, everybody's 60 right now. So what I did is, because I have the homie Real and the homie Charlotte, I'm actually going to use both of them, not in the same team anymore like I'm doing right now, but it just makes things easier because you just debuff the hell out of the enemies and they can't really do anything. They have less attack that they can hit you with. Their defense broken literally all the time. And Asta actually hits hard as a tank, basically, and well, most don't do anything. So you you just have to have whatever. That's one of the reasons why I want to get Yami, so he can come in and kind of like do like cleanup hit. Like I don't want blue Yami, I want red. So it kind of goes here for there. So early game, what you can do is you can get your skills up to level 2 for most of the characters. I haven't done real yet, but you see most of my characters are like that. And gear, once you unlock gear, which you should be able to, try to get it in set pieces, but you don't specifically have to the first day or two, because what you just want them is just to have something on. You can just hit auto equip basically, because you're not going to be leveling this. Don't level anything green. Blue is fine. You see, I've done some of that with Charlotte with blue. Blue is fine, but don't get too. I only did that with Charlotte, you see, and like there, and then a little bit of green right there, just Charlotte alone, because Charlotte is the fastest character I have, and she's gonna AoE and just knock stuff down. That's what her job is right now for me. If you have anybody else like that you want to rock with, if you have Yami or stuff like that, this is all free gear, by the way. You get the blue gear free, so you don't have to worry about that. You can actually farm it too, but don't do it yet. Day one, don't do that yet. You're wasting stamina, because you can actually be progressing and doing and unlocking more things along those lines. Like you start locking the enhancements for your gear, and let me show you real quick. Actually, I went out. You can start unlocking the upgrade materials, and you can start unlocking the enchant materials right there. See, I got those right there. So you just want to just start unlocking dungeons. So the very first thing that you want to pay attention to is one of the things that I said in the last video. You want to head over here into challenge, and you're going to get 10 skip tickets usually for free. Use those 10 skip tickets early, because that's how you're going to level up your characters really quick. Head over here into the mage EXP, and what you're going to be able to do is probably either 4 or 3, depending on who you have, how many dupes you have, or if you spent a little bit of stuff. Most likely it's going to be 3. If you're gangster, 4. And then you use that 10 on that as long as you've actually completed it. You use the 10 skips, and you get all the EXP for that. Plus, you're going to have a bunch of quest and achievement things that's going to pop up for that. And then you head in there, you actually do that, and then you start leveling your characters. That'll get you strong enough to just steamroll through the first chapter and a half and going towards chapter 2. Chapter 2, you're going to have to stop and start paying attention to your gear, because that's where the game is going to start to pull ahead of you in power, and you start rocking out the gear. Now, once you get a little bit of gear on your characters and start pushing ahead and get, like, whatever parts you can actually knock out, you notice right here it starts dropping the blue and the orange around 4. Right here, that's what you need to start paying attention to. This is the stuff that you should start paying attention to as far as putting your items in to actually level characters, because you're not going to be able to do everything. Not right now, anyway. That's just the way that the game is. So keep that in mind. Pick and choose. I wouldn't really worry about doing this just yet, because you don't really need to. Now, once you start doing that, you should be able to knock out chapter 2, going into chapter 3. And that's when you start to get gear enchantments. Don't use gear enchantments on anything blue or green. Just save that all for your orange gear, because again, that's limited. You don't have a whole bunch of stamina to actually do that on. I mean, if you want to and you feel that you gangster, you want to do that, fine. But I'm telling you that you don't have enough stamina for all of that. So yeah. So bond patrol right here will pop up, and now allow you to actually put bonds in your characters. So what bonds essentially do is allow you to, as we go over here to mages.
The battlefield is my part.
That's over here. So you get a whole bunch of cool stuff for doing that. Like you get EXP items, you get stuff to help you limit break, you get the condition to actually break to either SSR or UR, depending on what the character is. You see, like you get a bunch of stuff, you even get outfits. So pay attention to that. The bond dungeons, I would do that like when you need to. Don't just do it just to do it. Do it only when you like, when you're like, if you need to get somebody UR or something like that and their bond is low, then worry about doing that. Which leads us to chapter 3, which is where I'm at right now. Chapter 3 will start to scale like in big chunks. So that's when you start to pay attention and start to come back after you've done everything else and you start picking everything else. Make sure that you go in and actually, I need to actually go out into the world. Game, thank you. That's where I'm at right now. So once I notice that I got to like right here, this is where stuff starts to get the scale and chunk on me. Right here at this point, I can make it do it and lose half my team. But now I notice the way that the game will work. So that's basically my hint to go back and start doing the things I didn't do. So that's when you start going into Adventure Journal. You start doing all your citizens requests, which I've already done all that, as you guys can see. Got all of that currency. That's one of the reasons why I have the currency that I have. Start finding all the boxes and treasure chests, all the areas. Start fishing, going to the overworld and start exploring and finding all the explore points. And then, snatching, getting all your items together and getting your region percentage up so you can get all of those rewards too, which again is part of why I have the currency that I have. And then you will be at this point more or less for free. Basically, like literally, it's probably took me 4 or 5 hours to do all this in real life time. And you do the same thing going forward. The game, when you start to notice the game start to chunk ahead of you, it's your hint to go and probably level stuff to limit break and stuff. Like, you can push through it, but it's just going to chunk ahead of you even more after that fight. That's just the way the game is. It does that the entire time. Even where it is in the SEA, whenever the power chunks ahead of you, that's okay, there's a mechanic that you need to take advantage of to start getting power somewhere, which is probably like maybe enchants, will be necklaces. Like, that's just the way that the scalability of the game goes. You'll easily be able to just start taking out content, and it never really truly gets hard. The biggest thing that you need to worry about is the simple fact that you need to counter RGB, which is the red, green, and blue. Always counter that. If there's a fight that's too hard for you, if it's like red characters or the boss is like a red, throw blue at them, yo. Just take them out. Just take out have the teams built, change, swap around gear. That's why it's going to be important to have multiple characters and not just, fall in love with just one. You're going to need characters every once in a while to do stuff. So don't be afraid to level characters. You don't have to put skill books into all of them. You don't have to super gear them and stuff like that, but you're going to need them a little bit leveled that you can put gear on them from other characters and swap around gear that you can counter fights. That's really all you have to do. You can carry a weaker character through with your stronger characters and elemental counter, unless you all have completely, if you have no blue characters that are good, then, that's going to suck. But with that said, you should be good. So let's head into summons. So like I said, I am going to be going for Yami, the homeboy, and see what happens. All right, nothing on that one. And then we're gonna get out of here. Nothing changes. The next tier of characters after these characters that we currently have rocking right now is gonna be the fun. So look forward to that. Know the game gonna be stubborn on me. Hey, I got books, or pages rather. All right, so that leaves me, so I got 40 more. That means it's a
I'll show you. The Silver family's
Oh,
might.
okay. That's fine.
I am Captain Nozel Silver.
Nozel,
of the
another
Silver
debuffer. Good for PvP though. Have a debuff team. Just be out here like y'all don't get to play. Nobody gets to play. Only I get to play. Mans is not opening his eye. That's an achievement. Wow, he really is not opening his eye. Last call for alcohol, y'all. I'm probably gonna buy Battle Pass. Wow, he really didn't open his eye the entire time. I wonder why they're maintenance it now. But I did get her, which is useful because what I would do is I would take Rizal and Asta out if I get Yami, and then bring her in so she can combine with Charlotte, and then have Yami with Mimosa. Yeah, but that's out. That's all my currency now, so that's fine. I just wanted to do this before we get kicked out of here because we're about to. So yeah, so that is how you roll. Not roll. That is how you you start strong and get to the point of where I'm at right now. And then if you keep that progression, you'll pretty much knock out all the content in 2-3 days, probably 2 days. If you do it exactly how I'm saying and go through the motions, you'll be there 2-3 days. I know that sounds like that sucks, but remember we're like playing this like it's a console game, and this is meant to be a mobile game, so it's meant to take you like a week. But because I'm telling you, the crit path, which is the critical path, the start from 0 to 100 to get you where you need to go and save you some time, it'll probably take you 2 or 3 days if we're being real. So catch you guys later. Peace.